talk some Tennessee basketball. Tennessee basketball ranked pretty high. What do you think of the basketball Vols and the respect they got out? They got right out of the chute, Caleb, as Tennessee's ranking top 10 in both polls.
Well, I've talked for a while about the renaissance in college football where it comes to basically player teams being more defensive oriented the last couple of years amidst all the talk that, it's becoming more offense and defense is a thing. And now you're seeing defense play a much bigger role in college football, not just with Tennessee. There's a renaissance in college basketball too, Dave. In the era of one and dones, and you know this, the rankings were solely based on it was basically whatever the 247 sports recruiting rankings was were going to be reflected in the AP poll, wasn't it? In the era of one and done basketball. That's not a thing right now. And you're seeing that specifically with Tennessee. Tennessee lost Olivier Cumwa to transfer. They lost Julian Phillips to transfer. Now they added 3 transfers, none of whom were 4 or 5 stars you would consider on 247 Sports Composite, but they're top 10 because they have Santiago Vescovi and Josiah Jordan-James back. So this is solely about belief in Rick Barnes' development and experience of players coming back, which is why they're top 10. They're number 9 in the AP poll, number 10 in the coaches. And just for context, guys, Florida Atlantic is top 10. Now, I know they went all the way to the national title game last year, but typically college basketball rankings aren't going to put you in the top 10. They're not going to base anything on what you did last year. They're going to solely base it on recruiting. They're basing it off experience, and I think they're starting to realize in this age of NIL, with the renaissance that it's happening that I'm talking about, college basketball players are realizing there's more value if they're a good player staying for a year in college rather than going to the NBA and maybe not even being drafted where it's so selective, more so than even the NFL.
Needs to be a balance. There just needs to be a balance of guys that have been around that want to win for the program, and maybe a guy who steps in and says, this was my best NIL deal. Now you hope to win him over and that he wants to win for the fans and the fan support that you get at a place like Tennessee or some of the other high-level basketball programs. But there has to be some sort of balance. And I think Tennessee has I don't want to call it senior leadership, but the upperclassmen leadership to guide some transfers into a very good season. And I wouldn't want to be Kentucky, because they've only won one championship. Calipari has under his system. That includes his time at Memphis, because I just don't know that they love Kentucky. And then the offset of that is I don't know that they gel as quickly when you have to change over your roster each and every year. But I also don't know necessarily that I want to be the team that just completely relies on high school recruiting. There has to be a balance. Talk about your balance. Your balance will go higher. As Zen Sports, the new sportsbook in Tennessee, revolutionizing the way you earn sports betting rewards. That means no more deposit bonuses that turn into deposit nightmares. On Zen Sports, what you see is what you get. And with our cash rewards program, you get a lot of cash. For a welcome bonus, earn an unlimited 5% cash back on your betting volume for your first 15 days when you sign up with promo code HOOKED. That's HOOKED. Unlimited 5% cash back. Keep betting, keep earning with up to 3% cash back on your betting volume every month after that. And refer friends to earn a percentage of their betting volume as cash rewards too. Zen Sports bringing the cash back to Tennessee. So if you bet big on sports, you want to be betting on Zen Sports. Zen Sports betting just got better. Download that app. Use the promo code HOOKED. And remember to support our sponsors. They're right below. That's why we're here. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 and over and in Tennessee to bet. So if I give you these choices, tournament team, Sweet 16, Final Four. And at this point, it's very, very early, Caleb. Where would you have the Vols?
Sweet 16. Now, that is with the knowledge and the caveat that we know Rick Barnes underachieves in the tournament. But I think Rick Barnes is having his own reformation, which you don't usually have it. How old is he? 66, 68, something like that?
7, I believe.
Okay, so I was in between. So 67. People usually don't change their philosophies at 67. And I think Rick Barnes is changing his philosophy. The changes that he got, now he still instinctually can't help himself. He said last week, we're deeper than we've ever been on the perimeter since I've been here, but the defense is not where it needs to be. He still loves that defense. He still loves that mid-range, but he constructed his personnel based on an inside-out game where you got a lot of options from three. And I did not see that coming from Rick Barnes during this time, at this stage in his career. I mean, it's very much Nick Saban embracing the spread offense when he was 65, which he did. Nick Saban had already had an established career and said, I'm going to do this.
Great point. It's a great point. And actually he's 69. I'm sorry, go ahead.
He's 69. Okay, so Barnes is pushing 70. And so who at 70 is able to is willing to do that? And because a lot of our criticisms of Barnes, Dave, for years has been good basketball coach, but thoroughly stubborn in what he believes in and absolutely refuses to believe that the game is different. And look what he's doing right now. At least the way he's constructed his personnel suggests he knows the game is different. Now, he was never like Nick Saban. He never fought for rules changes or opposed rules changes to make the game different. He just kept coaching his style even when the rules changed. And so I'm thinking, well, maybe he knows the flow of college basketball. Maybe he finally realizes, oh, I can't fully rely on the mid-range because, I mean, he has been so reliant on the mid-range for so long, and it's been costly for Tennessee.